Praise the Lord and welcome to today's Explainer. Today we are stepping right into the incredibly emotional climax of what is honestly one of history's greatest stories of betrayal, survival, and ultimately redemption. Imagine for a second holding absolute power over the very people who completely ruined your life, the people who literally sold you out. What do you do with that kind of power? Well, in this explainer, we're going to look at the exact moment a powerful ruler named Joseph finally clears the room of his guards to reveal his true identity to the brothers who betrayed him decades earlier. The stakes here absolutely could not be higher.
Okay, let's just dive right into this incredible moment. Picture the sheer shock, the absolute jaw-dropping dismay on the faces of these brothers. The text tells us that Joseph wept so loudly that the entire Egyptian palace, and even Pharaoh's household, heard him right through the walls. He cries out, "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" And his brothers? They are so paralyzed by terror they literally can't even answer him. They are standing face to face with their ultimate childhood trauma, the brother they sold into slavery, who now holds the power of life and death over them. It's a heavy, deeply personal story about confronting the ghosts of your past.
Section 1. The Divine Master Plan. Seeing Purpose in Pain.
So how does Joseph actually react here? Instead of calling the guards or taking the revenge he so easily could have taken, Joseph immediately shifts the narrative. In this moment of incredible gentleness, he asks his terrified, shrinking brothers to come near to me, please. Notice the profound contrast here. On one side, we have the brothers' perspective, right? Just distress, guilt, and terror over their malicious intentions. You sold me into Egypt. But then Joseph drops this stunning realization. God sent me before you to preserve life. He's telling them not to be distressed or angry with themselves. He has completely reframed his trauma. It's like looking at the back of a tapestry, all knotted, chaotic, and messy, and then finally flipping it over to see the masterpiece on the front. Joseph realizes God orchestrated this entire painful journey for a massive, life-saving purpose.
And just how high are the stakes of this life-saving purpose? Well, the number 5 here is absolutely crucial. Joseph explains that while 2 years of famine have already passed, there are still 5 agonizing years left where there's going to be no plowing and no harvest. To put that into perspective for us today, think of this as an unavoidable, catastrophic 5-year global economic depression. No food, no industry. Without intervention, his family will absolutely starve to death. The urgency is just palpable. So the crucial point is Joseph's immediate plan to save them. He tells them to hurry back, get their father, and move everyone down to a place called Goshen. Now, Goshen was the absolute finest region in all of Egypt. It acts almost like an exclusive VIP safe haven, like a protective bunker where they're going to survive this coming economic collapse. He isn't just forgiving them, he is actively relocating his entire estranged family, all their kids and their flocks, to a place where he can personally provide for them so they don't face total poverty.
Section 2. Pharaoh's VIP treatment. The best of Egypt.
Now you might be wondering how the ruler of Egypt feels about all these foreigners suddenly moving in. Surprisingly, when the news reaches Pharaoh's house that Joseph's brothers have arrived, it genuinely pleases Pharaoh and his servants. They are thrilled for their most trusted leader. We actually see Pharaoh enthusiastically commanding Joseph to invite his family to eat the fat of the land. He literally tells them to have zero concern for the belongings they have to leave behind in Canaan because the best of all the land of Egypt is yours. This is top-tier royal backing. Pharaoh is essentially handing them a blank check, all because of his deep appreciation for Joseph.
And just look at the lavishness of these provisions. Joseph pours out these completely unmerited gifts on his former abusers. They get royal wagons straight from Egypt for their families, all their travel provisions, and fresh changes of clothes for everyone. But you've got to notice the specific massive fortune he gives to his youngest brother Benjamin. 300 shekels of silver and 5 changes of clothes. Plus, he sends his father 20 donkeys, completely loaded with the best things of Egypt, along with grain and bread. This isn't just forgiveness, guys. This is an overwhelming flood of generosity.
Section 3. The Journey to Jacob. A Revived Spirit. Right as the brothers pack up to depart, Joseph gives them one highly perceptive piece of parting advice. Do not quarrel on the way. He knows these men. He has a deep, practical understanding of their toxic family dynamics, and he knows they're going to be tempted to point fingers and argue over whose fault the initial betrayal was. He's essentially saying, leave the past behind. Just get home. Now, paint the picture in your mind of the brothers finally reaching the land of Canaan and walking up to their elderly father Jacob. They deliver the most impossible news. Joseph is still alive, and he is ruler over all the land of Egypt.
After decades of grieving a son he truly believed was torn apart by wild animals, Jacob's initial reaction is exactly what you'd expect. His heart just goes numb. It's total, paralyzing disbelief. It's just simply too good and way too shocking to be true.
But here is the beautiful resolution to all that shock. We contrast Jacob's numb heart of disbelief with the moment he actually hears the words Joseph sent, and crucially, when he physically sees the Egyptian wagons. The very moment he sees this tangible, undeniable proof of royal provision, his spirit revives. It's literally like a defibrillator to his soul. The text tells us Israel declares, "It is enough. Joseph, my son, is still alive. I will go and see him before I die." Hope is completely 100% restored.
Section 4. 3 actionable steps, living out radical forgiveness.
You see, this historical account isn't just some ancient story. It is an absolute masterclass for navigating a bitter family estrangement or a workplace betrayal in your own life, especially when you finally hold the upper hand. So here are 3 actionable steps you can take today. Step 1. Frame your pain through a larger purpose. Instead of just seeing the betrayal, ask yourself how this incredibly difficult experience might be shaping you for a purpose that actually helps others. Step 2. Provide for those who hurt you. When you have the power to retaliate, choose unmerited generosity instead. Offer a safe haven rather than a sword. And step 3. Do not quarrel on the way. Stop pointing fingers about the past. Focus entirely on moving forward into a healed future. I really challenge you to view your own painful experiences through this exact lens of purpose and generosity.
I want to leave you with this final, truly provocative question. Who in your life needs you to say, "Do not be distressed today"? Who needs you to clear the room, drop the leverage you hold over them, and extend absolute radical grace in the real world? It is a challenging thought, I know, but it is the ultimate key to true restoration. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you found this breakdown valuable, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.